The hardened wood with patterns on them. Just what are these things used for? In China, where they love drinking tea, there's a dessert called byeong, which means mooncake. And in the Western Hemisphere, desserts such as cookies and breads are served often during tea time. Byeonggwa is a traditional Korean dessert that serves a similar function. It's a dessert that sits close to Korean custom. Served often during annual events, everyday life, and even in various ceremonies.
병과란 한국의 떡을 가르치는 병자와 한과를 가르치는 과자가 합쳐져서 한국의 떡과 과자를 병과라고 합니다.
The most basic rice cake is called seolgi. Tatseolgi is made with ground pine nuts and rice. Rice cakes of all shapes and colors were used in everyday life. In an agrarian society much like Korea's, grains were used as the main ingredient as they were abundant. Instead of using strong flavors, pine nuts, fruits, and flowers were used to shape a variety of flavors and shapes. To make tatseolgi, ingredients were well mixed together into a cooker, which were scored in knife marks to prevent clumping with one another. And this is also the reason behind so many of the wooden slats that have various designs on them.
떡살 또는 떡을 찍는 손이라고 해서 떡손이라고 하기도 합니다. 장수를 염원하는 의미라던가 또 복을 염원하는 거라던가 건강을 염원하는 문양들이 떡살에 있는 것을 볼 수가 있습니다.
Korean rice cakes, displaying their splendor through such diverse patterns and colors from nature. The rice cake was originally meant for wishing good luck. After kneading and shaping it with dedication over and over, it would be cooked and used for ceremonies or as gifts. Next is Yakgwa, the dessert for the Korean royal court. Yakgwa is made chiefly with flour, with ground pine nuts, honey, and sesame oil, and etc. The name Yakgwa itself comes from the ingredients. In the old days, people used to believe that foods that used a lot of honey and sesame oil were considered medicines. Therefore, the name actually means medicine cake. It's as simple as that. Yakgwa, made with kneaded dough with sesame oil and honey, and once thought to be medicinal, yakgwa. In the royal palace kitchen, yakgwas were shaped using the honey cake board. After adding sesame oil and honey, the dough would be kneaded, and then after applying a layer of oil or pine pollen onto the honey cake board, it was pressed into shape. It then has to be fried in oil through and through, so the shaped dough is perforated with a skewer, so as to not have to rise too much and cook evenly. The dough that's been removed from the board is put into the heated oil. It's then browned evenly on both sides, which signifies that the yakgwa has been cooked properly. It's then drenched in syrup before it completely cools. This makes the cookie much sweeter and a more delectable dessert. The once heralded medicine cake is now finished. There are other desserts in Korean traditional cuisines, diverse in tastes and shapes.
우리나라의 병과는 따뜻하게 먹는 전통 차와도 어울리지만 또 시원하게 먹는 수전과 식희, 오미자 화채 등의 화채랑도 잘 어울릴 수가 있고요. 요즘은 떡에 대체적으로 단맛이 있기 때문에 또 커피와도 굉장히 잘 어울리는 후식이 될 수 있습니다. 우리나라의 훌륭한 전통 병과를 많은 외국인들이 경험하고 맛을 체험하셨으면 좋겠습니다.
And since Korea's staple food was rice, rice is widely used in its traditional cuisines. Byeonggwas come in many different colors and sizes and shapes, and they're made with utmost dedication and still served to honor guests. Byeonggwa, a dessert that was once inseparable from Korean culture and daily life. With enough energy to substitute it for one meal, Byeonggwa is still currently in the present progressive. Pretty on the eyes and delectable as well. Korea's traditional dessert Byeonggwa is currently undergoing a new phase as it's being known around the world as a healthier alternative snack.
What's nice as well? If you like rice, you're gonna like this definitely. As a snack, it's good. I can't stop eating it.
Sweet. It's sweet and the texture is nice.
It was good food. I love it. I love Korean food anyways.
한국 떡 맛있어요.